Whoa, whoa, of course. Oh, it has trips. Bastards. Oh my gosh, I forgot you. I'm still wearing a mic and you heard me saying flipping bastards. Oh. I'm telling you. I forgot what I was saying. Okay, moving on. It feels like this video is about to be a disaster video. Hello everyone and welcome back to my channel. Today I actually have a bunch of different tasks I wanna scratch from my to-do list. The to-do list of my plant chores is just growing, and I feel like this weekend, since it's the first calendaric weekend of spring, is perfect time to start on all of those tasks. Whoa, a huge crow just flew into my window. That's spooky. Whoa, anyway, okay, she's still here. Staring. Anyway, so today I wanna repot a bunch of different plants. Some of these plants actually are the rescue plants that I rescued from trash containers. So I'm gonna give you a couple updates on those, show you how they're doing, and repot with you together. Also I have corms that are sprouted and so ready for some refreshment, so we'll go and work on that. These are actual alocasia sinuata variegata corms, so I'll show you those in a minute. Also have beautiful jade satin pothos that I propped actually like a couple months ago, not months, weeks, about a month ago, and I want to plant it together with the mama plant and have nice bushy starter plant. I have this last Maranta, to be honest with you, in my collection, and this one is the one that was not given up. It was almost dead and then started to come back from the death row. For some reason it started unfurling new leaves for me, so I thought, okay, you are showing me signs that you want to still be in my home, so we'll give you another chance. I will give it some glow up, just for like most of these plants. It's gonna be like a glow up video in here, because we do need to give some TLC to my plants, and I want to take you along. I also have this beautiful variegated Florida beauty. Look at her. Oh my gosh, this is the new leaf it gave me. Cute, but the roots on this beast is enormous, so it's ready for business as well. And the rescue plants I was talking about, I actually have the spider plant babies. In here I have 3. I actually propped 4 of these, but one of them I gave to my mama, and the 3 are actually so nicely rooted. They're ready for business. I think I want to take them to my office. So before that I want to plant them in a nice spot, which I all prepared for this thing. And lastly I have these dracaenas that I rescued. These are actually 2 separate rescues, and we'll jump into them I think in the very end of this video, because it's going to be the largest repot. I have some cuttings that finally showed me nice pops of new growth, but you know what, since we're gonna be working right now on different plants, I want to put these ones aside because they're not stable at all, just like my emotional state right now. So let's put them away, because just yesterday one of my plants from the upper shelf fell on my head, all around me and all around the shelves I had in here. I actually broke off the Hoya Kalimantan leaf, the new leaf that I've been waiting for 3 years, which just broke my heart. And yesterday just was one of those days when you just don't want to look anyone in the eyes because you are afraid you're gonna kill them. But anyway, today is another day. Today is a new day. It's actually snowing, so it's not very springish, but I feel like we can, you know, work on the mindset and feel like spring by doing some of the plant chores. I would love to start some seeds, for example, for the garden. I hope this year my dream of having a new home and maybe even a garden will come true. I'll manifest this to the universe. Please listen, universe. And who knows, maybe next year we'll start some seeds and start some veggie gardens and flower gardens and stuff like that. But this year we'll take it easy, only working on the house plants, because I live in an apartment. I don't have any kind of, you know, space for other plants. So I feel like it's still gonna be lots of fun because I have so many plants to work on. Today actually I wanted to film a day of plant chores, like doing many different stuff like pruning. Yesterday I did so much pruning off camera because once again my hands were itchy since it's spring to do something. And today I actually wanted to take it easy and do some simple stuff, which is repotting, which is so relaxing and helping with my emotional damage that I've been going through in my work. So let's probably meditate together and chat about life, do some planty tasks and, you know, hang out. let's hang out, right? So I probably will start from the alocasia sinuata variegata, and we'll find our way through in a minute. So I actually will work with some of the plants with my special mixes. These are the mixes from the local company called Polapo. It's Siba soil mixes that I approve so much. I have been growing different varieties of plants in different varieties of mixes lately, and honestly, it's been doing great. My plants been doing great. They've been looking so happy. I will show you an example in a moment. I have been rooting these squirms in alocasia mix, and they are nuts. They are nuts. So wait, I'll prepare some soil. Alright, so I have been growing this alocasia sinuata variegata corms. These were actually gifts, both of these corms. I think there are maybe even 3 corms, but only 2 rooted, from my planty fairy godfather Urosh. And to be honest with you, I have been blasting them with grow light. They were standing just nearby my Plant Spectrum 32 mother grow lights, but to be honest with you, I don't see a single speck of variegation, and one of those corms already have 3 new leaves, so I feel like it's safe to say that at least one of those corms is not variegated. The other one isn't looking too much promising as well, but you know what, I'm looking for the pests. Oh, it has trips. Okay, yeah, well, I'm putting this lid back up. We won't be touching that one. This is so unfortunate. You know, my plant collection seems to be so happy, but lately I noticed trips in this cabinet I have. You can see a little corner over here, and it stands like the corms are standing pretty close to that space. Just checking. In here I don't see any. I saw one larvae inside, so you know what, I'll go ahead, clean my hands and put this aside. I need to spray it with anti-pesticide, and we'll come back to you shortly. Bastards. Oh my gosh, I forgot you. I'm still wearing a mic and you heard me saying flippin' bastards. Dang it. Whoa, of course. Oh my gosh, if it's gonna be one of those days as it was yesterday, I'm gonna... Okay, moving on. It feels like this video is about to be a disaster video. Not gonna lie. Okay, so since I still have alocasia mixed poured all in over here, I feel like alocasia mix should be so great for the Maranta over here I have. I feel like this is just a simple Maranta leuconera. I think it was green veins, but I'm like 95% sure it's Maranta leuconera green veins. So what I want to do, I actually want to repot it, give it a nice glow up, and then put it into my shower and clean it, of course. So it will look stunning, and you know, fresh start is always a great deal. So first off, probably let's start by cutting that leaves off. This definitely doesn't add to aesthetic. Plus, I want to cut off all of those dry pieces because that's the perfect space for the pests to hide, and we don't want that. Thank goodness this Maranta was actually standing really far away from this area, so hopefully there are no pests, but I guess we'll find out in a moment. My goodness, my goodness. Okay, you know what? This is danger. Oh. I'm telling you, today is a bad day to film a video. Feel it in my bones. Okay, let's take it out. Just checking if there are no pests. Good, don't see any movement. Oh my gosh. What I also... Oh, we have some new growth points. That is good. And also I love those little potatoes, those tubers filled with water. This is so fun. Okay, so get rid of old soil. We'll give some refreshment to this plant. And I feel like alocasia mix will be perfect choice because it's more water holding mix. There's also pieces of activated charcoal, which will help with the rot issues if there will occur any. And this should be great. You know what, honestly, I don't want to plant it into too small pot because in that way it will dry out too quickly. And yeah, this feels like definitely too small of a pot. So moving on from that one, I guess I'm gonna plant it back into the same pot. It still feels like a nice size. The only thing that will change is actually I'll plant it a little bit lower so it won't look like, you know, like sticks. And also I will add some fresh soil. On the very bottom, to be honest with you, since the soil is completely fine and without any pests, the bottom layer I will add of simple soil. Then on the very top, I'll add a couple pieces of charcoal I can find. Bam, bam. Really close to the roots. And then the soil mix of alocasias, and I will plop this plant back. By the way, look at this. You see that? That's tiny, teeny, tiny growth point. That's so nice. I can't wait for it to be more fluffy and once again look more fabulous. Let's fill that in. Yeah, so just like I mentioned, guys, my weeks lately, probably noticed by the intro of my last week's video, that I've been struggling a bit mentally lately because of, you know, many reasons. My mom is sick. Actually, she will have a spinal surgery in the middle of April. So we're very worried about that because it's gonna be, you know, pretty difficult surgery, and that's going to be tough on her especially, obviously, but also I'm extremely worried. Hope everything will go fine. Also, my and my husband's health wasn't the best lately. We're waiting for our doctor appointments. You know, we missed the sun also. It was so snowy in February over here in Lithuania, in Vilnius. So definitely waiting for spring to come back. I mean, not come back, to come. So yeah, I want to talk with my workplace about working from home again, like at least several days a week, so I'll have some more time for my YouTube hobby. Of course, I won't be telling them that into their faces, but that's like the main factor, I guess, that would keep me in there, because lately the workplace was kind of weird place to be in. And I've been working in that company for 7 years right now, so lately been feeling like the wind of change have been blowing into my face. You know, the usual stuff of a person, like to be or not to be and what to do. One moment for a break. This is how we're looking. I feel like I later on will add some kind of stick over here and just tie them to be more compact like that, and hopefully from the sides I'll get some new growth points. For now I saw only one, so hopefully there will be more later on, but that's how we're looking. Can't wait to put it in the shower, clean off all of the dust and see it all happy again. This is my last Morant, the fighter, if you will, so I'm actually excited. Okay, so since we're done with that, probably let's go ahead and plant the spider plants. They seem like the easiest ones because they're simply rooting in water, and then we'll move on, right? Okay, I'll actually add some of that soil back in here because once again it was completely good soil. And I will mix that with some fresh one. I forgot what I was saying. What I was saying? Husband, do you remember what I was saying? Are you here? I think he's here, just ignoring me. So yeah, lately been... Oh, by the way, that's what I wanted to say. Guys, on the 27th of February, I celebrated 6 years on YouTube, which is a wild number to think about because at the same time it feels like forever. I've been doing this. This is like my second nature to whenever I find something cool, see something cool. For example, today morning while walking Baloo, me and my mom saw a squirrel and I was just staring at it together with my puppy and my mom, and like a minute or so in, my mom was like, "Why are you not filming for the vlog?" I was like, oh yeah, right. Took my phone out and just filmed a little bit of that squirrel in like hopes to add it somewhere in one of my intros or something like that. I guess I'll add it right now. So it is like almost natural for me to always think about filming and, you know, all of the ideas I could make work on this channel and stuff like that. So to celebrate 6 years actually feels good. By the way, I posted about it on my Instagram, Facebook, YouTube community tab, and it was so sweet to see all of you bouncing back, telling if you're an OG subscriber who have been following along on my journey for years, maybe even from the very beginning. That was so sweet of you, so thank you so much for all of the sweet words. This made my heart like dance and sing and be so happy because, you know, just like I mentioned, when the time isn't the easiest, mentally it's always so good to have this much of support. So thank you so much to every single one of you guys. That was very sweet. Okay, so this is the pot I planned to pot the spider. I wouldn't say Spider-Man. Yeah, the whole 3 of them, and then I'll plop it in this cover pot. And I feel like this is so, since my office is very industrial looking, like the inside of the office very industrial slash, you know, minimalistic, and it's very boring. These are the things that I hate the most in the interior, you know, like blank space without any kind of colors. The only color we have is blue in there, so I feel like this will work nicely with all of the cement colors we have in there, all the whites, all the blues, the black. I feel like with green plant will add such a nice pop of color. Like, come on, this will look cute on my table. Or maybe on my windowsill, I'm not sure. So yeah. Also, while thinking if I might, you know, change my workplace, it's a bit, I guess stupid, you could say, to bring more plants in there. But you know, my space is running out. Yesterday, once again, I moved a lot of my large plants around, and you know what? I thought plants are growing. They're using more and more of my space. So the best choice whenever you love plants and are afraid to get rid of them is just to take them to your office. You're still gonna have them, but just in different space, you know? But anyway, look at those roots. That is beautiful, gorgeous, and insane at the same time. So I have 3 babies in here. Should I try to detach them? Oh my gosh. Oh my gosh. Okay, one is definitely coming out. Look at that. Pretty decent amount of roots. Wait, I actually wanna rip off some of the bottom leaves because they will go under the soil and rot. And I don't want that, so I'll just go ahead and remove it to avoid that. Bam. Have this gorgeous thing. Let's plop it inside for now. The other 2. Oh my gosh. Oh my gosh. Oh, we made it. Okay. Another one. Cute. Once again, we'll do the same thing. I feel like this baby has its own baby. This is wild. That's kind of wild. Bam. And the last one is the largest one. And I'm pretty sure it has its own babies right now as I'm looking at it. Whoa. They grow so fast. That's wild. Wait, are these the babies? I mean, these are the spider plant babies from, you can see, I guess, other babies from the main spider plant I rescued about a year ago. It's thriving and just keeps on giving me those pups. And I actually cut some of them off because I wanted to give some space to this area. And right now I feel like they're definitely ready to go ahead and be potted and go into the new space. And the office area for a spider plant, I feel like, is a perfect deal. There's lots of natural light because if you've seen my previous videos and little clips I inserted from my office, we have huge windows out there. The other minus is that we also have air conditioning, but we cannot open any windows. They're like not, there's not even possibility to do that. They're not made for it, if you will. So Even though we have lots of light, we have very dry air. Actually, my eyes always keep on drying out while being at work, my skin. And not my only, lots of my colleagues are actually struggling with that. We even have hand creams in every station of our office, like in the kitchen, in the toilets, everywhere, because it's just very difficult to manage, you know. So even though we do have lots of light, we do not have the best air quality. For example, I cannot bring any kind of the same marantas, for example, like prayer plants or like palms. Even though they will receive lots of light, they will dry out. We have some palms, some of our clients actually gifted them for us. I mean, to the company that I work at. I am the one who is responsible to looking over those plants, and they're struggling. All of the leaves are drying out in there. It's not the best. And some of colleagues are complaining about that to me, like, what kind of plant lover you are if you don't know how to keep those happy? And I'm like, guys, this is not only on me, you know that? I mean, I cannot make the air more moist in this office. But anyway, look at that. This looks fabulous. Love that. Look at it. Gorgeous. We're gonna just plop it in. The heck is that? Nope. Immediate. Nope. Bam. Perfect. Look at this. Isn't that like professional looking? So cute. So cute. Love it. Moving on. Okay, don't want it to touch the greenhouse I have in there with those flipping yucky bugs. I also have a bunch of cuttings from my ficus that I also pruned. I have a bonsai tree that my husband's previous workplace actually gifted him. I am the one responsible for it, obviously, and it's thriving, by the way. This is the only bonsai that I managed to keep alive, and this just blows my mind, to be honest with you. All right, let's move on to other plants. Right now I want to repot this beautiful scindapsus and philodendron. So for that I'm going to be using aroid mix. This one is a little bit more chunky, does have a little bit more of a perlite, so it's more airy, and I feel like this will be perfect choice for these plants. Oh, and I also have a scoop over here. Okay. Soon actually I'm gonna be reordering some of the soil mixes because I'm planning to do some bigger repots, which is gonna be, you know, kind of difficult and probably fun. I cannot wait to make those. So I'm gonna need some more of soil mixes. Also, the company Polopo right now actually just started selling some cool see-through pots, the long ones, which are perfect, for example, for alocasias and other plants. So I'm very curious to go ahead and order more of them. But right now, you know what, let's start probably from Florida Beauty, since it's just one singular cutting. I also have a couple of scindapsus in here, so probably let's take those out. This is actually Mandula pothos. Cute. Plop those in that dish. It was said in Urash's, the guy who gifted me this beautiful cutting, to put some scindapsus / pothos cuttings in the water so the philodendron will grow roots faster. And I feel like that was actually an accurate trick, because look at all of those roots. So ready for business. Oh my gosh. Okay, let's put it aside for now. Oh my gosh, please don't fall. I will work with this pot. Nice, cleaned, lots of drainage holes. I feel like this is gonna be great choice. Bam. Because there are so many chunks of coconut barks or orchid barks in this mix. Let's hope it won't dry out too quickly. Maybe that's even too much. That should be great. Bam. Let's see. Yes, that is very great. Haha. Lovely. This one, once again, is gonna probably need some kind of support, so I will look for that after the video. I forgot to take any kind of stakes for today's video for some reason. Let's not go into deep for that. Okay. Yeah, this mix is very nice. Ooh, should be happy. Should be a nice, happy boy. want to add too much. Bam. Okay, that should be definitely enough. Look at that. I won't fill the pot all the way through because I feel like very soon the roots will start to go and grow around the bottom. So I'll just plop them out, add another like inch or half an inch of soil, plant it back up, and hopefully we'll be able to keep this plant in this pot for longer than like a month or two. Fingers crossed. So yep, this is how we're looking. Very easy. Hopefully gonna be a very happy plant. But let's move it out of the way. Over here. You can still see a bit of that gorgeous leaf. Gorgeous leaf. Actually, we're flying through this so quickly. I'm enjoying this a lot. Bam. Alright, right now probably let's move on to the satin pothos. I will show you every single cutting. They're so pretty, but before that, all of my pots just fell down to the ground. But anyway, this is actually a pot I want to use for it. It's very moody, very dark. This is the painting that I made on this specific one. I don't remember what kind of plant I had in my mind, but I feel like since the satin pothos leaves are actually so dark green and so moody, I'm sorry for the lighting actually. Right now it's snowing outside, so it's not the best quality for the filming, but I feel like you still can see how dark those green leaves are, and they're almost like velvety. So I feel like this moody color will look awesome in this pot. So also, since it's pothos, I'm not sure how much confidence I have to pot it in a terracotta pot, because it might dry out too quickly, but I guess there's only one way to find out. Through trial and error, my friends. Okay, I want to add a layer of soil in the bottom. That should be good. Alright, so I have about that much of soil in the bottom, and that should be good. So let's start. Still have labels from Urush, but unfortunately whenever they are, getting moist, being attacked by water, they start to not look too crazy, not looking too hot, but that's okay. Anyway, this is actually the pot the plant came in, and I'm not sure how much of that you can see. Wait a moment till I take the plant out of this, but the roots are very rooting inside. It's so ready for a repot. Also, it dries out so quickly, I just cannot manage to water it enough. So, I mean, even right now, this is way too dry to take out of the pot. Okay, wow, okay. I mean, the whole mix of Urush is very chunky. Lots of bark, lots of perlite, lots actually of pon. That's okay. Actually very easy to get rid of all of those old soil pieces. Look at those. This all is just roots. All of that is roots. So I have 1, 2, 3, 4 plants in here. I want to plant them a little bit further more down, like more in the back, because they're going to be like, already waving and trailing around the pot. And the baby cuttings, I feel like maybe I want to put in front, but also a couple of them put in the back, so the whole pot will look full and beautiful. Let's see how that will work out for us. I honestly don't remember how much of these cuttings I have in here. Okay, well, this cutting doesn't have a growth at all. Not a single root. Okay, let's think about that one. Okay, this one. We have nice, juicy, chunky root. Gorgeous. It also has a beautiful half moon leaf. So this one I probably will put in the back. Just like so. Bam. Moving on. This one is very juicy and chunky root. Look at that. This whole dealio is a root and a very beautiful leaf. This one definitely is gonna go up front for the public eyes. Oh, those roots are chunky. I don't know what's happening, but lately, probably from TikToks, the song "I like them big, I like them chunky" been just playing over and over again in my brain. This one doesn't have anything, so we'll put it aside for now. Oh, this one, look at those noodle roots. This is beautiful. Look at those, and it's already working on a new growth point. Yes, this one definitely gonna go up front. Bam, gorgeous. And we have one more. Yup, and this have little bit of a root, nothing too crazy, but you know what? I'm gonna plant it inside anyways because we don't have much of a choice over here. So I feel like, okay, it's gonna be 8 new growth points / new vines, like altogether 8 plants. So that should be all right. These ones, unfortunately, I'll plop back in the water and maybe prop them for the upcoming plant swaps, if there will be any this spring. I feel like people would love this kind of scindapsus to have in their collection. So yes, this is going well, actually, pretty well. The moment I started to film this video and disaster started to happen, I was like, okay, it's gonna be one of those videos when I almost lose my mind. Thank goodness it's not. Okay, I don't want to start being happy because we still haven't finished the video, so I probably should keep my mouth shut before we do it all the way. Oh, yeah, see, it's starting to happen. My goodness, stay. This soil mix is also very chunky, so I feel like these scindapsus won't have any kind of, stress or what is the word, like adapting period. There you go. Or adapting period, because the soil mixes are pretty similar. I mean, Urash's is a bit more chunky, so hopefully this will be a nice change and the plants won't dry out so quickly on me, and hopefully stay more happy, because it was very difficult to keep it watered and happy. So hopefully that will do. Hopefully that will help us. Also, this soil mix is filled with nutrients because there are worm castings in the mix. So not only they will grow in new soil, they also have a bunch of nutrients to get some more of a happy start. We need a little bit more. A little bit more. Okay, well that was a bit aggressive. Okay, how we're looking. I feel like we're doing wanna fill in all of those crevices. Honestly, gorgeous. Sorry, I got quiet, I got too focused. When people say that women are perfect at multitasking, they probably forgot to mention me. Or put me in that section, because I'm the worst at multitasking. Bam, look at this. A very full and beautiful pot. Cannot wait to put it somewhere in the background, because this is gonna be such a nice and moody addition to my shelf. Oh, perfect. This is gorgeous. This is bloody gorgeous. Let's put it over here. You can still see a bit of that. Whew. And probably the last plant we have, the multiple plants, 4 plants to repot, are actually the rescue plants. Oh, that's right. I forgot to tell you about the story of the rescue. So these are 2 separate rescue missions that we have out there. So you know what? I actually want to go ahead and reuse that mix from Urash and mix it all together with the new soil mix. So we will add some nutrients to that. The soil itself is nice. There are no pests, so it would feel so wrong to waste it, So right now we're gonna repot my Dracaenas marginatas, 2 separate rescue missions. Both of them I found near garbage containers, which was awesome find. One moment, I will mix this well and then we'll chat with you guys. For dracaena, I'm gonna use some cacti mix as well. Oh, I spilled some soil again. My goodness. Okay, so it's very nice, very airy, but also not too airy mix, and I feel like it's gonna be very great for dracaenas. It has some sand inside of it, and this is actually a mix not from the company Polapu. I actually don't have their cacti mix, so I'm using the one that I already had on my hands. I'm still gonna use those, you know, I won't throw them away because I have new soil mixes, so I feel like this is gonna be great for my dracaenas. So let me show you them and then we'll put them up. So I have two different stories. This one is more recent one, and it actually was a pretty quirky find because it was just one singular stem. It was about 2 meters long. I mean, you can probably see right now it's still pretty large. I decided to prop it and cut it in 3 pieces, and this is how they're looking. This was the top piece, and the very top of it actually was damaged by cold because I found it on the very late I think autumn, like the beginning of winter here in Lithuania. So I still have 2 old leaves left from that plant. I feel like I'm gonna take them out because right now it already has. I left them for the, you know, photosynthesis, but right now they have those 2 nice tops and it won't look too aesthetic, so I'll just take them out. And I cut the plant in 3 different pieces. I cut them in 3 different lengths, so I thought it will look cool in the pot with different dimensions, you know. And actually they are rooting. The roots are not going too crazy yet. I mean, this is not like very much going on, but I feel like they're actually ready to go into the pot. This one especially, for example, look at that. I mean, yeah, the lighting is horrible. But yeah, this one actually has only 1 top, but it's already pretty decent. And the one that worries me the most is actually the very top, because the stem itself is drying out and the roots are kind of popping out, but not really. Like there are some, you see those white dots? There are also 2 top points of growth, but I don't know about this one. Actually wanna to put them all together. Oh wait, oh no. False alarm. Okay, that's stinky. Sometimes it helps for the plant to get rid of some of that layer. Forgot how it's called, like the outer layer of the stem. Okay, I'm just cleaning that, you know, yucky looking part of the plant because it does have a bit of stench to it, not gonna lie. This might be the one that won't survive, but guess what? We're still gonna give it a go. And if I will see that the plant is unhappy, I'll just plop it out of the pot and we'll just have 1 less of a stem. But I mean, it's kind of happy. It's growing new growth without even popping out a single root. So maybe it's a fighter and it will be happy in the pot, who knows. And I just don't want to have so many vessels of propagations in my home, so I feel like it's now or never. So you either take it or leave it, you know. I don't want to put it in the water because of the, you know, sluggish bottom of the plant, so I'll put over here. So this is one part of the dracaenas I want to plant together, and I have another rescue dracaena that is thriving right now. It's so happy. Just let me show you it. Look at this thing. It's so happy. The leaves are so in your face, so cool. I can see lots and lots of roots on the very top, and also look at that bottom part. We have a full swirl of roots in the bottom as well, so it's very overdue to repot this thing. And I thought, since I have those 2 different rescue missions, this one actually is about 1 year old and it's doing great, as you can tell, and I repotted it with a similar amount of roots as I have these cuttings with, so I keep my fingers crossed it should be fine. If not, I mean, at least I'll have this gorgeous thing, right? But you know what, let's put some plants aside. Oh my gosh, those roots are insane. And I want to pot them all together in 1 black pot. Once again, I have this idea in my brain to maybe later on bring this plant to my office. Who knows if I will go out of space, and if not, I'll keep it, you know, in my collection in my home. everything should be fine. So right now, without any further flipping ado, probably let's go ahead, take this one out of the pot somehow, see what we're dealing with. Wait, I'll add like a couple scoops of soil in the bottom, just to have it ready. Yeah, about this much, right? Let's put it aside and prepare the beast. Gosh, maybe I should, oh no, okay, it's coming out. It's coming out. It's coming out. Okay. Okay, this is great. I expected this plant to have a bunch of roots, but it shows me how happy and grateful it is for me to rescue it, and it makes my heart just incredible happy. Let's get rid of that old soil. Okay, the soil is going everywhere. Just wanna break down at least the bottom of the root system. Oh my gosh, some of these are going crazy. Look at those. Everything is covered in soil, but that's fine. It's all fine, just part of growing plants. This is insane. And I also had a little piece of mesh on the very middle to cover the hole, and that was my biggest mistake. I don't use mesh anymore because of them I lost so many roots on my plants whenever I repot them, so never again. Highly not recommend using them because the roots will go through them. They don't care about that mesh, but later on whenever you will try to take it out or rip it out, it will rip together with the roots. That's not what you want. You know what? I feel like that's more than enough. The soil itself is completely fine in this pot, so I don't see the reason why I would need to go too much into it. Gosh, the pot honestly is not the bigger upgrade, but also don't want to go too crazy because it actually used to grow in terracotta pot and dry out quicker. I don't want to plant it into a large, plastic pot and then overwater it and kill it. So should be good. Bam, right now. Okay, this is gonna be fun. Let's add other plants, other dracaenas in there. You don't see much, guys, I'm so sorry. Give me a moment. I'll plop those around it. I mean, nothing too crazy. Giving them a bit of their own space. Oh, this is gonna be interesting, to say the least. Oh, how do I even hold all of them at once? My gosh. Oh my gosh, this is gonna be a disaster. Okay, we can do it. Let's not panic. We can do it. It's okay. We're doing it. Okay. Okay, you're not stable at all. Please be stable. I want to keep them like kind of straight. That's even possible. Is that possible to ask you? No, stay. Stay. Okay. Nobody panic. Nobody breathe. Nobody is holding 2 out of 4 of these dracaenas. This is the most crazy looking pot. Oh gosh. Okay. Yeah, definitely, I'll be completely honest with you. If that third one, the longest one, won't survive, I won't be too sad. And I can't believe I'm saying that, but this is the most wonky looking plant. But also it does have a lot of potential. So maybe after a couple months of spring, it will just start growing. Look gorgeous. Who knows? You never know with plants what's about to happen. And that's why I love them so much. It's always a journey. Never know what to expect. And trust me, they will surprise you. Either you want it or you don't want it, they're still gonna surprise you. Okay. We are almost there. Feel like we're kind of great. I actually was so happy to see all of those tiny pops of new growth on these babies. When they started to pop out, it was the first sign that the plant is happy. To be honest with you, I think even the first thing that happened after cutting all of those cuttings of this dracaena is that they started to pop the new growth points and only then started to grow new roots. How crazy is that? I bet there is an explanation for it, but I'm not so sure about it, so won't put my 5 cents into it without knowing exact facts. Maybe it's because it wanted to have some green to photosynthesize and, you know, get more energy by that, but also wouldn't you get more energy by having roots and getting that from the water with nutrients you're standing in? I don't know. Who am I to judge? Just a lady with plants she found in trash. Also, oh my gosh, one of you is always leaving the most hilarious comments on my Instagram posts. So I actually just shared once again that I reached 6 years on YouTube and how excited I was. And one of you was saying, oh, so it's like 6 years of you rescuing or slash taking plants from trash. And I was like, that is the most accurate comment ever. I mean, I do that even longer. I used to rescue plants before starting my YouTube career, if you will. So that was very funny. That cracked me up. But guess what? I feel like we're done. I don't want to be too, you know, promising, but I feel like we did repot all of these plants that at least I planned to repot. Let me quickly show you how we're looking. This is wild. This is wild. I know it's so difficult to see behind, you know, having all of those plants behind on the shell, but also with a little close up. Okay, it's so not stable. I'm playing with fire. Bam. It's odd. It's odd because, you know, the new growth is not growing there yet, so just a bunch of sticks standing in the pot. If we would not look into one that fabulous filler, this gorgeous dracaena that I rescued before, that long one. Actually, the whole story was pretty fun and I showed you the whole deal. If you want to see that video, you can go ahead and check out my rescued plants playlist. I have a whole playlist of plants I've been rescuing for all of these years, if you like to see some, you know, happy stories. But yeah, I feel like we're done, guys. It's been a pretty long video. I hope you enjoyed it. You know, all of my mumbles, even though not all of them were very positive, I still hope you still managed to get something fun out of it. Maybe I was a nice background for you to do your own plant chores or, you know, homework. Probably not homework. Who am I kidding? Your own home chores and stuff like that, or maybe just driving to work. So let me know in the comments if this was entertaining for you, so I'll know to make more of these, because just like I mentioned yesterday, I did a lot of very similar things off camera because my hands were just too itchy to do all of it, and I just was not in the mood to go ahead and put on makeup and, you know, talk to the camera because I was in a pretty killer mode. So Let me know if you want to see more of that on my channel. Let's chat in the comments. Leave any kind of white emojis. Since I'm wearing this beautiful dress, actually that my husband gifted me as a little surprise, leave any kind of white emojis. And before leaving, let me teach you another language lesson. And actually it's pretty convenient that we are already in the March, because I can teach you how to say March in Lithuanian and in Russian. If you want to say March in Lithuanian, you need to say kovas. Once again, kovas. And if you want to say March in Russian, it's actually pretty similar to the English version. It is Mart. Once again, Mart. Almost like Kmart, the store, you know, USA have. But anyway, this is it, guys. Thank you so much for hanging out with me. I do appreciate you. If you stick till the very end, it always helps to me whenever you watch my videos all the way through. Share them with your friends, and hopefully I will see you in my next one. Bye. I'm afraid I'm stuck. Oh my gosh. Okay.